Well, chapter 13 and 14. Planning. Earlier, very beginning, we talked about strategy, planning, and so on like that, right? We have a goal, and then to support that one, strategy, corporate, and operation, and so on like that. Then we have a plan, right? Like next month, next quarter, something like that. Then assign who will do something like that. That is planning. And in terms of the time, long strategy is the same, right? Long-term strategy is corporate wide and corporate strategy, and then mid-term and short-term is operations strategy, something like that. The same. Planning is long-term, mid-term, and short-term. Operations planning is short range and short term, like monthly, weekly planning. How many products we produce, like that. Then we call aggregate planning. Aggregate planning. This one is intermediate. Some short term, some mid term. Usually 3 to 18 months is intermediate term. And then always in operations management, we try to make better, cheaper, faster, right? Mm-hmm. So, purpose of this aggregate planning is usually minimizing cost, make it cheaper. And it says focus on the total collection or aggregation of operations management resources. Total collection or aggregation. That means if a company produces different several types of the products, let's say type A and type B. First week, second week, or month, or whatever, A needs 100 parts, 200, and sometimes the different types of products use the same part. You know, Toyota Camry and Lexus, maybe the same part, right? Mm-hmm. Then type B need 200, 300, something like that. Then aggregate or total collection means certain term, intermediate term, total is 300, 600, 800 total like this. So focus on this total collection or aggregation of operations. That is aggregate planning. That's just a terminology. And main purpose of aggregate plan is to specify the optimal combination of production rate, workforce level, and inventory on hand. You know, production rate, how many, like output rate, and then workforce level. If we have 10 employees work 8 hours, then 8 times 10, 80 hours total working hour, right? Workforce level, and then inventory on hand. how many inventory. So combine them and then find optimal level. That means make it better, cheaper, faster, right? And production planning strategies. If we have a certain level of capacity, then demand is increased or demand decreased. How can we deal with that change? First one is chase strategy, hiring and laying up. Increase demand, hire more people. Decrease, then just fire. Advantage, minimize costly finished goods inventory. Change workforce level just to match that demand. Then inventory level is minimized, right? But disadvantage is poor worker moral. Workers' job is not secure. Always they can be fired. Right? So job secure is not good. And next strategy is stable workforce. Don't change workforce level. Don't fire, don't hire. But use more hours. Kia. I'm not sure this time, but earlier they worked 3 shifts, 24 hours, 8 hour, 8 hour, 8 hour.
Yeah.
Even Saturday.
Yeah, still.
That is stable workforce. Don't hire more people. Just use its workforce and then work more hours. That is stable work hours, stable workforce strategy. Then advantage, because don't hire more, don't fire. So their job is secure, right? So avoid emotional and tangible cost of hiring and firing. That is advantage. But disadvantage is inefficient usage of the workforce. Demand is decreased, then don't fire. Their capacity here, but work this much. So idle something, then inefficient usage of the workforce is problem. The last strategy, level strategy. Don't fire, don't hire. Don't work more. Just to use that capacity. Then, using inventory. I came to the Troy University in 2010. The Hyundai, not recent model, one earlier model, demand was very high. But one more last model, sales was not good. At that time, Hyundai inventory was like 6 months inventory. This time I heard about 2 months. But last model, only 1 month inventory. At the time, Hyundai used this level strategy. Don't fire, don't work more, or don't work less. Just produce and inventory.
Right.
And later they push out on sale.
Yeah.
So that is level strategy. So advantage is minimize scheduling and hiring of workforce, but disadvantage is inventory. Demand is low, then inventory like a 6 months inventory, something like that. Okay, yield management. Not familiar, right? You know, it's about 20 years ago. I lived in New York. Do you know how much parking cost 1 hour at the parking garage at the time, 20 years ago, in Manhattan?
$5.
$5?
That was one guy.
It was $20.
Woo!
$20 an hour.
Jesus.
But
That's
my
not
wife,
much for the week.
my wife went to FIT, Fashion Institute of Technology in Manhattan. My wife found early bird special, all day long, $9. But Parkdale before 9 a.m.
Hmm.
Then all day long, $9.
What if you leave and come back? You can't leave and come back.
I don't know how long we can something like a requirement, but my wife went to school and then stay at school like all day.
Right.
And then 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I went to Manhattan again, and all day long special was $36.
Wow.
Whoa.
That early bird special, something like that. And how do you know how much the movie ticket this time?
It's $10.50, I think.
$10.50.
Yeah, $10.50.
Last time, about a month ago, I went to movie theater. It was $12.
Hmm.
But regular price is $12, but earlier than like 6 p.m. then
Matinee.
it's $8, something like that.
Mm.
Right? Why? Why different?
Demand time just not as busy during the day.
Exactly.
That is yield management. Not busy time and or low demand time. Use different price, then attract more demand
Right.
customer. That is yield management. Now, allocating the right type of capacity to the right type of customer at the right price and time to maximize revenue or yield. This is yield management. Examples are early bird special, from some time earlier. Another example, when you buy airline ticket,
Mm-hmm.
if you buy earlier, very cheap. If you buy same day,
Mm-hmm.
very, very expensive, right?
Mm-hmm.
From Montgomery to Atlanta, if we buy earlier as early, then maybe $60, $70. But same day, $800, something like that. Try to hold more customer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then making demand more predictable. That is yield management. That's all for chapter 13. Chapter 14, material requirement planning. Material requirement planning. Simply, we call this MRP system. MRP system. I think you heard LS one time, right? MRP system, MRP system. You heard ERP system, ERP system.
Yeah.
ERP system from MRP, developed MRP2 system and ERP system. Anyway, material requirement planning. Okay, when we produce something product, final product, we need part, right? Many parts, and then based on demand, we know how many this part, and so on, right? If we produce just two parts product, two parts for one product, and not many, then we can count, and then we can schedule or plan just by hand, right? But you know how many parts need to make a car? How many parts?
Hundreds.
Hundreds? It depends on if we count bolt and nut also as a part, it's about 50,000 parts to make a car. But some main parts, they say like 15,000. 15,000 parts, and then like 10,000 per month. Very complicated.
Wow.
Right? Using this MRP system, still companies like Hyundai and Kia, Toyota too, use this MRP system to plan the parts. A means for determining the number of parts, components, and materials needed to produce our products. And MRP provides time scheduling information specifying when each of the material parts and components should be ordered or produced. Okay. MRP system gives you information, how many parts, when, and then when purchased, when you need, something like that. Determines the date when orders for those materials should be released based on lead time. You know lead time, right? Time between order and receive. Getting the right materials to the right place at the right time. Sounds like JIT system, right? Just in time. Right amount, right place, right time, something like that. But earlier, I told you, I don't know if you remember, JIT system, just in time. Make to order or make
to order, not make to stop.
Okay. Push or press you. Push or pull. JIT system.
You said it was a it's a push because you push it, but it go backwards. I can't remember. I remember it going
JIT
backwards.
system is make to order system and pull system, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because
that's
we
right.
don't know demand yet.
Yes, yeah.
So pull, right? And traditional system, that is make to stock system and push system, right?
Yes.
Push system. MRP system is traditional system. So MRP system, JIT system, opposite. But anyway, they try to make it right time, right place, and right amount the same. Because in operations management, we try to make it better, cheaper, faster, right? Whatever system we use, the same. Make it better, cheaper, faster, right? And improve customer service, minimize inventory investment, and maximize production operating efficiency. The same purpose, right? Make it better, cheaper, faster, and based on dependent demand. Okay, independent demand, dependent demand. Final product, parts. Which one is dependent demand? Final product is dependent, or part or component dependent?
Parts.
Part is dependent, right? First, we figure out how many final product we need, then automatically we know how many parts, right? So, final product is independent, and then based on or depends on final product, we know part, the number of parts, right? So parts is dependent. MRP system based on dependent demand. Earlier, it says the means for determining the number of parts, right? So MRP system is based on parts.
Yeah.
And MRP is a software system, computer software. And usually this software is very expensive. So I cannot show you.
I was about to say what it look like.
But I can show you how it works later. Okay, MRP system structure. To run MRP system, we need three basic files. First, we need master production schedule. Master production schedule based on aggregate product plan, intermediate term plan. And the second one, bill of material, BOM. Later we will talk about that. And then third file, required file is inventory record file. And based on three required file, run MRP system, and then MRP system produce plan. How many parts, when, and then when they need, and then when they place order, something like that. And then if there is change, then produce secondary report such as exception report, something like. First, MPS, Master Production Schedule, one of the required files to run an MRP system. Defining when and how many units of finished product. MRP system based on parts, but we should know how many finished product we need, right? To determine the number of parts, right?
Based on the manual.
So, anyway, MPS is based on final product. And then based on aggregate production plan, this is aggregate production plan. Model 327-538, they need the same part like this, then intermediate term, total aggregate plan is 900, 950, something like that. This is aggregate plan. Based on this aggregate plan, we can make MPS. So, this aggregation of aggregate production plan, master production schedule, MPS, is based on aggregate plan, and then this aggregate each month or each week plan, and then for each final product. And second, required file, bill of material, BOM, a listing of all the sub-assemblies, intermediates, parts, and raw materials. Bill of material, BOM, shows structure of final product. To produce final product, we need 2B parts, 3C parts, something like Lego. And then to make this components, we need D and E, 4, and so on like that. Bill of material shows structure. When you buy something, furniture, we go IKEA, then it's just a box, right? Then open, and then the instructions show part, how many, something like that, right? And then how can we assemble? That is bill of material. Low-level coding. We can say this one is kind of what is that? Fail-safe. When we make bill of material, BOM, for final product, first tier, second tier, something level, then first level, it shows M and N. Second tier or level, same part here, N and N. And something
S and S, R and
R on different level. Sometimes miscount.
Oh, yes, because you
So,
said S.
Making is to compute total number of each part. To do that, we bring all the same component or parts on the same level. N, R, S, like that. That is low level coding, something like a fail-safe. The last file, inventory record file. If we need 100, we have 50. 100 minus 50, 50 we need, right? We call that net requirement. Then order only 50, right? But we already ordered earlier, we received 30 tomorrow. So we have 50, 30
Come
come
in, we
in.
need 20.
only 20, right? So inventory record file shows on hand, scheduled receipt, and then something like that. Then we can count how many we need actually. That is inventory record file. Okay, ordering policy. The inventory management. At that time, we used EOQ model, Q model, right? Economic order quantity, something like that. Lot for lot ordering system. This is based on EOQ, Q model. the order lot is equal to the net requirement. We have we need 100, on hand 50, and then scheduled receipt 30. Net requirement is 20, right? That requirement. Find that net requirement. That is order quantity. That is lot for lot ordering system. And fixed lot based on EOQ is this one. Fixed lot ordering system. We calculate optimal order quantity, economic order quantity, regardless of how many we have, how many we need net. Don't care, just order that many. Because that is economic order quantity. That is fixed lot ordering system. And list total cost policy. Do you remember? I don't know if you remember. Total cost. Economies of scale. This economies of scale, right? Then this one is lowest part point. On this point, if it's order quantity, list total cost, then this is H and S. Is it right? Yes. Increase order quantity, then inventory cost or handling cost increase. But the order quantity, cost decrease like that. On this point, list total cost point, they cross, right? So difference between handling cost and order cost, if we increase in economic scale area, if we increase order quantity, then this difference smaller and smaller. And sometimes zero, then this one difference between handling cost and order cost increase again. From that idea, if this company need 50 first week, order only 50, then there is no inventory cost because we need 50, receive 50, and then consume all. There is no inventory, no carrying cost, but there is order cost. If this company needed 60 in second week, then total is 110, right? Use 50 but 60 carryover inventory cost, some inventory cost. But order cost is the same because order one time. 70 third week, the total is 180. Order 180. Use some, but there is inventory and then carrying cost. So when we increase order quantity, then difference between order cost and carrying cost is 47. 47 minus 0, right? And order 110, 47 minus 3 is 44. 47 minus 10, 37. 47 minus 19, 28. 47 minus 38, 19,
No.
right? And so on. Among those differences, smallest difference is optimal order quantity in terms of this total cost. Next one, how much? $19 something. Anyway, if we use list total cost of the ordering policy, then 335 is the optimal order quantity. That is list total cost policy. Next one, list unit cost policy. The same. If we order only 50, there is no carrying cost, but order cost. Total is 47. 3 plus 47, 50, and so on. Unit cost is total cost 47 divided by order quantity, that is 0.94. Total cost 50 divided by order quantity 110, that is 0.45. So unit cost decrease, but sometimes increase. Among unit cost, smallest, that is 410. So if we use list unit cost policy, then 410 is optimal order quantity. Okay. Example. We need master production schedule, MPS, BOM, and inventory file to run MRP system. First required file, MPS. If we need 800 final product, MPS is based on final product. 800 in week 5, or 800 in week 10. Bill of material shows structure. To produce final product A, we need 1B and 3C parts. Inventory code file shows final product 70 on hand. Lead time is 1 week. There is no safety stock. On order, scheduled receipt. In week 2, in week 7, 50 and 50. Part B, there is no on hand, but lead time is longer, 3 weeks. Part C, 1,000 on hand, lead time is 2. Okay. This is MRP system. I cannot show you the actual software there, but I made this chart how it works. First, we need MPS 800. Based on MPS, that is final product. We need 800 in 5, 800 in 10. So, gross requirement for A, final product, in week 5, 800, week 10, 800. Then according to inventory record file,
ain't got no deal.
on hand is 70, 1 week lead time 50, in week 2, in week 7. Scheduled on hand 70,
Uh-huh.
scheduled receipt is 50 in week 2, scheduled receipt in week 7, and lead time is 1 week. So projected available balance is first week there is no 70
70.
available because on hand
On hand.
is 70. And then second week we receive 50.
50.
The total is 120 available.
Mm-hmm.
So 120 available, 120 available until week 5. We need 800, but available inventory
120.
is 120.
Mm-hmm.
So net requirement is 800 minus 120 available, so 680 we need.
Mm-hmm.
If we use lot for lot ordering system, the order lot is equal to the net requirement. So net requirement 680 is ordered quantity. So we need 680 in week 5.
Yeah.
We should receive 680 in week 5. Because lead time is 1 week, we should
Order and we.
order 1 week earlier.
Yeah.
So planned order release is 680
In
in
week
week
four.
4. This one is scheduled for final product A. Now, part B. We need one part B to produce A. And we need 3 part C part.
To produce A.
Gross requirement 680.
Mm-hmm.
1 to 1, right?
Yeah.
To produce A, we need 1 B.
Mm-hmm.
In week 4, we should provide 680 part B. And then 2040, 680 times 3, because we need 3C for A, right?
Oh, yeah, and the lead time don't matter for those because you need them.
There is no on hand,
Yeah.
so 0000 available, and then there is no scheduled receipt. So 0 available, we should have 680 net requirement that time, because lead time is 3 weeks.
Mhm.
3 weeks earlier, place order. Part C, 1,000 on hand, 1,000 on hand, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000 available. We need 2,040. Net requirement is 1040. Planned receipt, we should receive that many in week 4. Lead time is 2 weeks. 2 weeks earlier. Place order. After use in week 5, we need 800. Available is 120. Order 680. Net requirement receive and then consume all of them. Then there is no on hand, 0 available. Receive 50, available 50, 50, 50, 50. We need 800, but only 50 available. 750 is net requirement. We should receive the same week, 1 week earlier. The same 750 we need in week 9. Parts B 750, 2250 because we need 3 parts C. And 000, 750 net requirement 3 weeks earlier, 2 weeks earlier. If we use lot for lot ordering size, then order quantity is net requirement. Compare if we use fixed lot ordering system for final product lot for lot using lot for lot, but B and C parts using fixed lot. Requirement, gross requirement the same. Fixed lot ordering size ordering system based on EOQ, economy order quantity, fix the order, the quantity, then use the same order quantity every time. If we fix order quantity like 900 and 2000, just assume, then even we need 680, but 900 is optimal order quantity, order only just 900. 2000, even we need 1040, just order 2000 because that is optimal order quantity. Because we need only 680 but order 900, there is inventory. So inventory and so on. The same. We need 2040 but order 1000, then 960 inventory, carryover, and so on. Compared to system, lot for lot ordering system, non-carryover, minimize carrying cost, inventory cost. There is no inventory after use. There is no inventory, so we can save inventory cost if we use lot for lot. But every time different order size. Determine every time different order size. If we use fixed lot order system, the order quantity is the same, but there is inventory. So some inventory, but we don't need determine order size again and again. So there is advantage and disadvantage, but we cannot say which one is better. That's all for chapter 13 and 14.